Hello, my name is Aiden Pace. Today I'll be talking with you about the U.S. involvement in World War I. Growing tension in Europe came to a head when Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie were shot and killed on June 28, 1914. The Archduke was heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Serbian nationalists were anxious to end his rule over Serbia. Although this event was very upsetting, Austro-Hungarian government waited to declare war. They knew Serbia already had the support of Russia, so they reached out to Germany. The head leader of Germany was a man by the name of Kaiser Wilhelm II, and he did indeed pledge Germany's support. On July 28, 1914, a war on Serbia was officially declared. Whatever peace had existed in Europe was over. World War I, also called the Great War or the War to End All Wars, had begun. In Europe, the war escalated quickly, but here, in the United States, a stance of neutrality was taken. President Woodrow Wilson urged Americans to remain impartial in thought as well as in action. In an effort to limit U.S. financial contributions to the war, he also instituted a ban on all private loans to belligerents. Within months, the warring nations ran out of money. Fearing an economic recession, President Wilson lifted the ban and started trading materials and offering loans to both allies and the Central Powers. And by helping both sides, President Wilson felt that the U.S. could maintain a neutral stance. Then, on May 7, 1915, a British cruise liner known as the Lusitania was hit by a torpedo. A German U-boat was responsible. 1,195 people died, and 123 of them were Americans. This moment marked a turning point in the war. It was the end of gentlemanly war practice and the beginning of vicious warfare. Even after the Lusitania sank, the U.S. continued to maintain its neutrality. Propaganda in the United States at the time was very clearly anti-war. "I Didn't Raise My Boy to Be a Soldier" was a popular song on the radio. President Wilson was re-elected for a second term using the slogan, "He kept us out of war." Even so, public opinion against Germany in the U.S. was growing. Germany continued to use unrestricted submarine warfare, and it became even more difficult for the U.S. to remain neutral. In March, Germany attacked a French passenger ferry, killing 80. Although none of the victims were American, President Wilson responded by threatening to break diplomatic ties with Germany. In an effort to keep the U.S. from entering the war, Germany voluntarily issued the Sussex Pledge on May 4, 1916. Essentially, Germany promised that from this time forward, they would not target passenger ships. They would verify weapons and provide for the safety of passengers and crew before sinking merchant ships. In January of 1917, Germany gained a new sense of confidence, believing they could win the war before the U.S. could join the fight. Germany returned to its practice of unrestricted submarine warfare. The Sussex Pledge was rescinded. Then, in February of 1917, a secret document was intercepted by British intelligence, meant for the Mexican government. The Zimmermann telegram was sent by Germany. This message proposed an alliance between Germany and Mexico. It included a promise to help Mexico regain areas of present-day Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. The authenticity of this telegram was publicly announced in March, and support for the United States to declare war on Germany reached an all-time high. In a very passionate plea before Congress, President Wilson declared, "The world must be safe for democracy." On April 6, 1917, the U.S. officially declared war. Propaganda was quickly issued to help support the war effort. You can see how patriotism was used to target every age group and gender. It is interesting to know how the use of propaganda posters was more powerful here than at any other time in history. The United States remained an active participant during the last 19 months of the war, with over 4 million men and women serving in the military. World War I officially ended on November 11, 1918. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.